Hello and welcome. This is John from the Freedom Skills Academy. So in this video we're going to show you how we made this book cover. Okay, so this ebook cover. So we're going to go over, I'm going to go over the actual design. So I'm going to go through step by step exactly how the whole thing was designed. And then we're going to go on to showing you how to make this sort of 3D mock-up. Okay, let's go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to head over to, I mean, you can use any kind of, whichever kind of graphical suite you like, but for this I use a program called Canva. So canva.com. You can set up a free account, and that is enough to get going with. So head over and check that out. So basically this is the book cover in its kind of 2D form. Okay. So we're just going to make I'll duplicate this and then I'll literally replicate the whole thing. And I'll show you how it was done. But prior to that, if you're new, if you just go to home, so say, you're going to make a new one, you just go create design and then you just go book cover. Okay. And that'll bring up the dimensions of it. It doesn't really matter too much of the size because you can resize it anyway at a later date, but I'll just go through it using the one that we had already made. So if we just copy it and then I'll just delete all of that and then we'll show you how it was done. Okay, that's locked. Right, so you imagine this is your sort of blank canvas. So you can click on that, change the color, whatever you want. Okay, so we made the background. We kept this on brand with the website. Obviously, choose any color you want. Then the next part was this kind of the title of the book. So for that, I put it's called go to elements and shapes. And then we're just going to make the kind of black section there. And then we'll change the color. And then obviously you can see the title there. So we're just going to go text, title. And obviously it's really small there, but you can just, if you just make it, you can just click down there and make it bigger. And then you've got loads of different fonts. Maybe we'll make it subtly different so that we can see a difference when we render it. So we'll use a different font for this. So something like, let's try that one. Okay. And you can stretch it out, make it as big as you want. And you can move it all around. And obviously we changed the color. That one was white. And then underneath that was this part. So you can do it. You could do it all again, or if you click on it and then you've got this duplicate, you can just duplicate the text because then it will keep the same font and everything that you've just used. Okay. I'm deliberately doing this a little bit different just so that we can see the difference. So there's the sort of title of the book. Then we put a line underneath, a little breaker, and then the subtitle underneath. Okay. So again, elements. If you're unsure about lines, I mean there is some there, but you can just type in the top search there, and then you'll get loads of lines. All right, and then we're going to put the subtitle there. So again, you could just copy that, or you can just add another bit of text in. Here you see it sort of snaps to center, so that's obviously off center. If you drag it to the center, you see that vertical line, that obviously the one that goes right through it, that tells you that that is now on the center of the page. Okay. I'm just going to copy that text for the sake of it. Okay, so then we put the subtitle in there. Just going to make that a little bit smaller. And then just bring it in a bit. Okay. Make it a bit bigger actually. That's a bit too small. Try 36, maybe. You don't have to use these select sizes. You can use your own. 40. There you go. That's all right. And then if you look, there's this kind of sort of dark bit. It's kind of sort of comes down like that. That's just to kind of break up the sort of cover and create some layers. So for that, we're just going to go into shapes. So this is just in elements. I mean, there's shapes here. There's a whole load, or you can just type something. So if you just put like splash or something like that, I mean, you'll get all these sort of, you know, shapes. We might be able to use something like that. So let's have a look, see if we can make something work. And then obviously I just used a darker colour just to kind of offset it a bit. So we've already got this colour here, okay, which is, if you look at the hex code, is FF8C00. You could just change that to what it is, which is there, and then maybe just drag it and make it a bit darker. Okay, something like that. Maybe flip it round, and then we just sort of fill the page out a bit. That's probably a bit too dark. There we go. We'll just make it a bit lighter. Okay, so that looks fine. And then I put this chain, and if you look behind it, there's a shadow. Now, obviously, you can do this. You don't have to. Obviously, you can use any image you want, but I'll just show you how we've done that shadow. So, if you go into photos, and then I searched for the word freedom, and then I found this picture here. And obviously, we'll have to be a little bit careful. I've got a pro account, which means I can use these images. If you've just got the free account, you may not get access to all of these. So just bear that in mind if you're using Canva. But I'll show you how to do it. So then if we click on that, and that'll obviously drag the whole image in, but we don't want the whole image on there. But if you go to effects, there's this tool called the background remover. If you just click on that, okay, so if you see now, it's kind of removed the background there, okay, which looks fine now. Still hasn't got the shadow. We're going to show you how to do that in a minute. So we can stretch that out across the whole page. And now we want the shadow. So we just click on it and then we duplicate. Okay. Make it a little bit bigger. Alright, just stretch it out a little bit bigger. And then if we go back into filter, darken it any colour, make it dark, so street or grayscale. Okay. Then we're going to go to adjust, and then we're going to blur it right out. But then we're also going to make it really dark. And there you go. You see that now we've got that shadow effect. And if it's in the wrong position, you can just change it by bringing it back and forward. But that one, as it happens, is okay. So there you go. So there you've got the shadow now on the chain. And then we just basically want the author's name. In this case, this is a book that Andy wrote. So again, add a new text field. And then we can change it to this font, which is the one we're using. Which it will start to put, so the fonts that you've used, it will put at the top. And then obviously you can make it however big you want. We'll just make it maybe 88, okay? And there you go, so that's it. That's how easy it is. So now we want to just basically download this, which we'll do. I will just pop that in here. So we want to download this. So you just click download. You don't want to do it as a PDF, you want to do it as a PNG. And then in this particular case, I've got 2 pages. You won't, you'll just have 1. So I need to actually select page 2, otherwise it will do a zip of them all. But anyway, so download it. Okay, that will download to your computer. Okay, so there it is downloaded. I'm just going to drop that in my folder. Alright, and now, once you've done that, you're going to head over to a piece of software called onlineecovercreator.com. Now again, you will need an account for this. There is a free version again, which gives you access to a few of these. Or if you get the pro version, you can get access to a lot more. I prefer the pro one. But anyway, that's entirely up to you. And then you can just simply choose which one you like the look of. So we're going to choose this hardback standing one. Click on create. And then where it says, this is your default background. So you can make a background if you want. We're not, because we've already done that. So we're going to upload our own. Okay, upload images. And then there's the one that we've just done. Okay, click on it. Right, and you see now, so it wants you to stretch this out so that it's to fit. Okay, so you just literally stretch this out, make sure it covers all. Make sure it covers it all. Right, and then once you've done that, you click select and continue. Okay, it looks a bit all not quite right, but it will be fine. And then click finalize. Okay, and there we go. So there it is, completely finished, and now you've got the option to download it. You can download it with a white background as it is there, or if you just click on transparent, it will make it into a transparent PNG, and you download it like that. You can change the size. I always leave it the same and then change it on the site that I'm using it with. And there you go. If you don't want to if you don't want to do any of this, or if you don't want to, I get that, if you might not want to pay for this. There is a free version, like I say, you don't have to do the premium one. But you can just make your cover in Canva, and then you could just head over to Fiverr, and there's hundreds of sellers that will mock it up for you. So you just send them your design, and they'll, mock it up into a e-cover like we've done. So there you go. I hope that helped. So that's how we made this book cover here, using some very simple to use software. I hope you found this tutorial useful. Any questions or comments, drop a comment in below. If you got some value, then please hit the subscribe button, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you.